The story of Rapunzel. Chapter 1. The drummer and his lead singer wife. Once upon a time, there lived a drummer and his lead singer wife. More than anything, they wanted a child of their own, a drumming child. At long last, their wish came true. The lead singer wife was going to have a drumming baby. From the second floor window of their small house, the lead singer wife could see into the garden next door. Such fine, fresh rows of amps and microphones there were. But no one dared to go over the garden wall to see them up close, for the garden belonged to a sound guy. One day, the lead singer wife was looking down at the garden from her window. How fresh looking were those beautiful Shure SM58 microphones. "It is just what I need," said the lead singer wife to her drumming husband. "You must go and get me some." "But we cannot," said the drummer. "You know as well as I do that the sound rehearsal place belongs to the sound guy who lives next door." "If I cannot have that SM58, said the lead singer wife, "I will not sing into anything at all, and I will die." What could the drummer do? Late that night he climbed over the garden wall into the sound rehearsal space. With very quiet steps, he took one SM58 microphone. With more quiet steps, he went back over the garden wall. His lead singer wife started singing into the Shure SM58 straight away. But singing into the SM58 only made her want another SM58. If she could not have one more microphone, she said, there was nothing she would sing into at all, and the band would break up. So the next night, the drummer climbed back over the garden wall into the sound rehearsal space. He picked up one more SM58 microphone. All at once came a high, loud voice.
Stop! What do you think you are doing?
I'm getting an SM58 for my lead singer wife, said the drummer.
You thief!
Yelled the sound guy.
You will pay for this.
Please, said the drummer. My lead singer wife is going to have a drumming baby. She saw your SM58 and wanted it so very much.
Why should I care about that?
Said the sound guy. I'll do anything, said the drummer. He thought, maybe I can drum her something.
You say you'll do anything?
Said the sound guy. Yes, the drummer said.
Fine,
said the sound guy.
Here's the deal. Go ahead, take all the SM58s you want. Your lead singer wife will have a baby girl who doesn't drum. And when she does, the baby will be mine.
What? Said the drummer. I would never agree to that.
You already did,
said the sound guy. And she laughed an evil laugh. Chapter 2, The Tower. Soon the lead singer wife had a baby, not drumming girl, just as the sound guy had said. To keep the non-drumming baby safe from the sound guy, the drummer built a tall tower deep in the woods, a little drumming rehearsal room, a little granny flat with about 3 different walls and insulation and everything else so the neighbors wouldn't complain. The drummer built stairs that led up to his little drumming room at the very top, a room with one window. He and his lead singing wife took turns staying with the non-drumming baby. But the sound guy had a magic ball. The ball showed her just where the baby was, at the top room of the drum rehearsal tower. One day when the drummer and the lead singing wife was in the same room, the sound guy cast a spell on them. They fell into a deep, deep sleep thinking about playing bass guitar. And at once the sound guy went to the tower. At the top drum rehearsal room, the sound guy said to the baby, I will call you Rapunzel, for that is the name of the SM58 that you brought to me. Now, Rapunzel, you are mine. But the sound guy did not know how to take care of a baby, a non-drumming baby. Rapunzel grew into a child and she wanted to play drums. And the sound guy did not even know how to cut her hair. The drumming girl's blonde hair grew longer and longer every day as she practiced her paradiddles because she was a non-drumming baby that wanted to start playing drums, and she found out from the internet what the fuck a paradiddle was. Right, left, right, left, left. All the sound guy could do was keep the drumming child locked in the drum rehearsal room at the very top of the drumming tower. The sound guy told the girl that the world was a very bad place. All the door takes and you get a free beer, it's all bullshit. That's why she could not leave the drumming rehearsal tower. As the drumming girl grew up, many times Rapunzel said to the sound guy, There is nothing here for me to do. Why must I stay in this drum rehearsal tower all the time? And the sound guy shouted back, I already told you so many times. The world is a very bad place full of door takings.
Now go comb your hair and be quiet.
But is it really so bad out there? Sometimes I hear people laughing down below at their door-take gigs, Rapunzel would say sometimes. At such times the sound guy would yell,
How many times do I have to repeat myself? Don't listen to anything you see or hear out there. The door-take world is as much worse than you think. You'll stay in this drum rehearsal tower forever, Rapunzel, so get used to it.
On her 12th birthday, Rapunzel said to the witch, I do not care what you say anymore. I am so tired of staying here alone all the time. When you are gone, I will chip away at the drum rehearsal door. I will make a hool. I will run down the stairs and outside, no matter what you say about door-take gigs.
Think again,
said the sound guy. With her power, she made all the stairs in the tower fall down. She made the drum rehearsal doors close up. Now there was no way for Rapunzel, the young girl drummer, to escape. Chapter 3. A Singing Voice. By then, Rapunzel's hair had grown very, very long. Once the stairs were gone, when it was time for the sound guy to visit Rapunzel in the drum rehearsal tower, she would call from outside,
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb your golden stair.
Rapunzel would throw her long blonde braid out the window, and the sound guy would hold on to it like a big strip of gaffer. And that is how the sound guy climbed up the tower wall, the drum rehearsal tower wall, to the window in drumming Rapunzel's room. 5 more long years went by. Poor Rapunzel, she practiced her paradiddles all the time in her little drumming rehearsal room. Her hair got longer. She knew she must stay in the room. All she could do was sing sad songs out of the window. Sometimes birds at the treetops would join in her songs. Then she would feel a bit better, but not much. One day, a band booker was riding through the woods where the bears shit in. He had gigs. He heard a beautiful singing voice. Where was it coming from? He rode closer and closer to the sound. At last he came to the tower. This is odd, he said, looking around the drum rehearsal room tower wall. There is no door at the bottom, yet someone is singing at the very top. How does anyone get in or out of there? Each day, the band booker came back to the tower, the drum rehearsal tower. There was something about that voice that pulled him back. Who was that young woman singing at the top? Could he ever meet her? One day when the band booker rode up, he saw an old woman standing below the drum rehearsal tower. He jumped behind a tree to hide. It was the sound guy! He heard her call out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb your golden stair. A long blonde braid was thrown out from the drum rehearsal window at the very top. The old woman grabbed onto the braid and she climbed the wall to the window at the top of the tower. Ha ha, said the band booker. That is how it's done. He waited. After a bit, the braid was thrown from the window again. The sound guy climbed back down the tower wall, then she left. The band booker waited. He stepped up to the tower. In a voice that sounded as much like the sound guy as he could, he called out, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb your golden stair. In a moment, the same long blonde braid came out the window. It worked, said the band booker as he climbed up the drum rehearsal room tower. You can be sure that Rapunzel was very surprised to see the band booker climb into her window. She had never seen a band booker up close before, other than the sound guy. and never a man." "Who are you?" she said in fear. "Do not worry," said the band booker. "I am a band booking friend." "But I do not know you," said Rapunzel. "I feel as if I know you," said the band booker, "since I've heard you sing songs from up here day after day. You have a beautiful voice, and I love it when the birds sing with you too. I'd like to book a gig with you. It's a door-take gig, and I'm taking 30% off the door before you get paid. Is that all right?" "Yes, I like that too," said Rapunzel. "It may be the only thing I like, since I must stay here in this same old drum rehearsal room, day after day, my whole life long." Rapunzel told the band booker about the sound guy. She told him that since the door-take world was such a very bad place, she must always stay in the drum rehearsal room forever. "But the world is not as bad as she says," said the band booker. The band booker told Rapunzel about flowers and festivals, games and gardens and door-take gigs for which you do not get paid. The band booker told her about puppies and puddles, strawberries and secrets, and how you take 30% off the door every gig. Many hours went by. At last, Rapunzel said, "The band booker must go. The sound guy may come back at any time." "Very well," said the band booker, "but I will be back tomorrow." Rapunzel threw her braid out the window, and the band booker climbed down. The next day, the band booker climbed back up to Rapunzel's room. He said, "I have a surprise for you." He had brought a band rider for her. As the Rapunzel tasted the tight-ass one free beer band rider, Rapunzel thought, "Now I know that what I was told is not true. The world can be a very fine place. I must get out of this drum rehearsal room as soon as I can. But how?" Chapter 4. Plan to escape. One day the band booker said, "If only you could get out of this drum rehearsal room. I can come and go by climbing up the walls, by holding onto your braid. But once I am down, how can you get down too?" "I know," said Rapunzel. "Bring me a ball of silk each time you come. I can weave the silk into a ladder. Silk folds up so small the sound guy won't see it. When the ladder gets long enough to reach the ground, we'll be both able to climb out of here." "That's it," said the band booker. Then he moved closer to Rapunzel. "We will both be free. When we are out in the world, will you marry me?" "Yes," said Rapunzel, "I will." Every day after that, the band booker brought a ball of silk to Rapunzel. Over time, she weaved the silk into a long ladder. On Rapunzel's 18th birthday, the sound guy spoke to her in a sharp voice. "Before you open your mouth this time," said the sound guy, "know this. I am sick and tired of hearing you talk about how alone you are in this drum rehearsal room all the time. It isn't going to change, Rapunzel, forever." "Who says I'm alone in the drum rehearsal room all the time?" said Rapunzel. "What?" said the sound guy. "Who has been up here with you?" "No one," said Rapunzel at once in fear. "I mean, no one but you." The sound guy did not believe her. She started to look everywhere in the room for something to prove that someone else had been there. Soon she found the ladder. She held it high in the air and yelled, "What is the meaning of this?" "My friend, the band booker, brought me the silk," said Rapunzel. "You will never see this band booker again," yelled the sound guy. The sound guy took out a roll of gaffer snip, snap, and Rapunzel's lovely braid was cut off. Holding the braid in one hand, the sound guy laughed an evil laugh. With a stroke of the sound guy's magic, Rapunzel was sent off to a faraway drum rehearsal room with shit foldback. Then the sound guy stayed in the tower room. She knew that soon the band booker would come back. Chapter 5. The Last Climb. The sound guy did not have to wait long. Soon the band booker was calling at the bottom of the tower in a voice that was supposed to sound like her own.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair so I can climb your golden stair. So that's how he did it,
thought the sound guy. Holding tightly to one end of Rapunzel's braid, the sound guy threw the braid out the window. The band booker took hold and climbed up. When he got to the window, he was much surprised to see the sound guy. "Where is Rapunzel?" he called out. "What have you done with her?"
"You will never see Rapunzel again,"
yelled the sound guy. The sound guy pushed the prince so hard that he lost hold of the window. Down, down he fell, bang. The band booker landed on some bushes below. That helped with the fall, but the bushes had sharp thorns. Some of the thorns went into his eyes. The band booker was blind. Chapter 6. The Desert. For 2 years the poor blind band booker wandered the world, looking for Rapunzel. From morning to night he called for her, but it was no use. At last he reached the desert. One day he heard a beautiful voice singing. Oh, he thought, I know that voice. It was his dear Rapunzel. He went closer and closer to the voice he knew so well. My band booker, called Rapunzel when she saw him. The two of them hugged tight. Two of Rapunzel's tears of joy fell into the band booker's eyes. All at once he could see again. And what happened next? Well, I'm sure you can guess. The band booker and Rapunzel went back to the kingdom of door-take gigs, where the band booker lived and made everyone play door-take gigs, and he took 30% of the door every time. That's why he was so rich. They were married as soon as they could, and Rapunzel could have as many gigs as she wanted. The band booker became king of the land, and Rapunzel became queen of the land. And the two of them lived in door-take land happily ever after. The end.
Run,